Hello to all my friends out there. There is just nowhere I can get that's not going to hit me on the side of the head with some sun here. I was on the way over here and I went to get a soda, on the way. And this younger guy, he looked like maybe he was Mid-Eastern. He said, "Where are you from?" And I go, "What?" He goes, I think he was trying to say continent. "What continent are you from?" I go, "I'm from here." And he goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." But I know, I was thinking about this as I was driving over here. I spent years in Mexican shops, and a lot of people think I look Mexican. And I spent years and years in Asian shops. I worked Iraq shops. I worked around all kinds of really artistic men, and and then to further get myself strange, I spent years in self-help, which gives you a really wacky perspective on things, but if you have a problem, you have to. And I was so annoyed with my vocation all my life because I never thought it made enough money, but it was very artistic, I will say that. And I thought, and then, I spent years and years, I would not leave college. I don't know why. I try to think about this, maybe because my dad was a teacher, but I spent years in college for no discernible reason, really, and then that shaped me as well. And so I really had to laugh at the poor guy's confusion. But I am actually from the East County of San Diego, and I've been here all of my life. Okay, so now what I do is I think about food storage, and now I added water in a big way. And water issues, the depression, the COVID, all this stuff. And also, you guys, this might be a good opportunity for us to use our Webull or Robinhood apps and invest in a little 5G. So when I was going to college, I took this class. It was Chicano Studies. The teacher's pretty good, and we had these little notebooks, back in the old days, and you write your little essays. And the question was, how was Cortez able to defeat, I think it was the Aztecs or the Incas, I forgot, it's a long time, millions of people with this little army? So I'm reading the book, how was it? Well, it really didn't give a really good answer. It was a small army, and they were able to defeat millions of people. How? So I'm going, well, it was the Christianity thing that came in the name of the Lord. And, the teacher said, no, the people thought that, their leader was a deity. And I thought, yeah, they captured the king, like in chess. But actually, that is still going on today. Think about it. A small amount of people actually rule us all. That's why some of us thought that the Capitol thing wasn't entirely awful, because these people have big heads, all these sheeple are powerless. Well, America, we still got a little bit of going. Our army is very important. And in this same class, the teacher said, he's the one who said, well, how do you earn so many extra dollars a year? And I raised my hand and I go, get a second job. And he goes, no, go to college. But the other question, he was always asking us these questions, is why do you go to college? To get a better job? And he said, no, to plan and save for the future. I go, yes. It's a future orientation idea because you're giving up your life now, in my case, for no reason whatsoever, so that your future can be better. What I do think it is better in all kinds of ways. That's why this no going to school thing is super awful. I would have put my kid in some kind of private school. I would have gone to some small town. I would have found a way. Okay, so we want to plan and save for the future. And so what we want to do, in my opinion, in my esteemed opinion, is we want to try to find history that tells us what's going to happen. There's nothing new, like, the Cortez issue. If I can find some of that art, I'll put it on my Twitter. So, of Cortez, Montezuma's revenge. He married they would take the handsome women, but he married some, woman, and they made his body very long and skinny arms, and he was chalk. I love that. I'll know where it is. When I moved back on one apartment, I purged a dumpster full of books. One of my friends goes, "You don't read," and I thought, "Are you a nut?" Anyway, so now the Christians say we are alert for the 4 hideous horsemen: death, famine, war, and locusts. That's what we're watching for. That's the end of days. I brought a picture of a horse. You guys could enlarge this or take a screenshot. I hope it shows. This is one of my icons. Yes, I have a lot. Notice the horse, the dragon, and there's a lot of little figures. Is that the Pope on the back? And the people in the castle. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the white horse. The white horse is the good horse. He's waging war on the evildoers, like the dragon. This is one of my favorite ones. The dragon has never actually been killed. He may have been driven back, but he is not killed. Okay, so we're watching for this stuff. That's what we're examining on this channel. And so now I want to tell you I told you about these 2 women. Some of you go, "I already heard that." I go, "Yeah, I know, but that's what we're talking about today." When I was a kid, we used to hear the same old stories over and over, and we loved hearing them. Like how my cousin Charlie was an only child, and he came to stay with my aunts. They loved it. But anyway, I loved hearing about Charlie. And my cousins on my dad's side were the best. I should have moved back there and married one of my cousins. That would have been smart. But no, I couldn't do that. Okay. So these 2 women I knew, it was a daughter and it was the mother. The daughter is the one I told you walked head-on into traffic and was hit by a car, but she wasn't killed. But what I want to tell you about the mother was she fell headlong and hit her head really hard, and she got a bad head injury. I saw her with a caregiver, and I go, Mary, how did this happen? And she said, "Well, it was funny. I knew I shouldn't go." Her friend wanted her to go somewhere, and she goes, "I knew I shouldn't go, and I went." So what we have to do is we have to watch for, if we get that feeling we really shouldn't go somewhere, or we should evacuate, or trouble is coming, we should heed that feeling. And then I was watching it's the same pastor, I'm watching him anyway, and I said, God, he's a cross between like prison. It's how to get $1 million and the Bible. He's like this, a cross between this, but he came up with some good stuff, and I go, yeah, that's you. But anyway, what it was is he was saying, be watchful for God's intervention in your life, and be grateful when, the little things that can happen. And I thought, yeah, that is so true. How many times, has God really intervened in our lives to benefit us, and we're not one bit grateful? We just go on our lives and forget about it. Okay, and I have so that's a good one. So I thought, that was kind of mean what I said about him, but it was kind of true too. Okay, I have come to find out something why, like in this town along 2nd Street, there are no public restrooms, none. Walmart, that's it. Is because they're doing that so the homeless cannot easily exist. I mean, there's no restrooms, and I was wondering, why doesn't this McDonald's open up? Look, if I wanted to get a Coke here, look. Forget it. So I have to stop and get a Coke, and that's so annoying because I'm not waiting in that line to buy a $1 Coke. But it's because the homeless are using the restrooms because, you know, they're homeless, and also they're like in the dining rooms, you know, and that's not good for the businesses. So when you see these areas with no restrooms, that is the reason. In some areas, they're saying they're not even having restrooms in Target. Okay, so now what should we expect for this coming year? Well, we're going to look to history. In time, has there ever been a pandemic? Have we ever recently endured a pandemic? Yes. Okay, the Spanish flu went from February 1918 to April 1920. So 18 to 19 to 19 to 20, 2 years. 1/3 of the population got the Spanish flu in 4 successive waves. So last year, oh goody, a big truck. You know how I was griping about the trucks? Praise the Lord, that's God intervening in my life. Praise the Lord. See how much more pleasant this is, you guys? This sun is brutal. Okay, last year was the first year of the coronavirus, which is worse. The Spanish flu was the flu. The coronavirus is viral pneumonia. So we look back in history and we say, okay, if I stayed safe this year and I didn't get the virus, if I do what I was doing this year, then chances are I won't be one of that 1/3, it's probably going to be more, of the population that gets it. Now, in my case, because of my age, if I got a bad case of it, they would put me right into a nursing home. I'm 66 and I know it. So I don't want to let that happen, not even. Another bad thing is one of us, I could give it to my son could give it to his wife, and you know, we've got the bambina. We don't want that to happen. Okay, now, here in San Diego at the zoo, one of the gorillas tested positive for the COVID. So now they have vaccinated the gorillas in the zoo. 20 of them. Novavax. I think it was tested on dogs. It wasn't the exact same as the poor gorillas. Now, I want to mention one more thing, a couple more things. Okay, it was in prisons when they gave the prisoners a better diet and a vitamin, 80%, the health improved 80%. So I'm thinking, well, just eat a few more vegetables and fruits. And about a week ago, you know, I bought a bag of fruit, an assortment. And so since I had this bag of fruit, you know, I had to eat it. And then this week I'll do the same with vegetables. And, you know, I'll just buy some vitamins, any kind. Another thing is that's something we might want to stock up on. And so I said I wasn't going to stock up, go crazy and stock up. But I am going to go crazy, not crazy, I'm just going to buy a lot of toilet paper, because between now and last year, I just used all the toilet paper I bought. And so what do we know from last year? We're looking to history. They rationed the toilet paper out here. You could buy only 1 or 2 and there wasn't any, and people, you know, bought a lot. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a bunch of toilet paper today. And maybe some bath soap, because I saw this guy was trying to sell me his watch. Actually, it's a pretty nice watch, but I only buy watches cheap, like this watch. $1. But the first thing he did when he sold his watch, he went in and he bought some soap. So I'm gonna stock up on soap too. And then I want to mention my egg salad that I made last night. Okay, you guys, that wasn't the best video I ever made. I don't do that much stuff, but I added that I went back to work. And so at night, I'm home working. And so late last night, I ate that egg salad sandwich, had a couple cookies and a tea. It was so good. So I did one pot cooking. I tried frying steak, hash browns, and something else all in one pan. That wasn't really successful, but it was okay. So I'm going to try to find meals that I can make in just one pot, or meals that I can make, in advance. Like today when I get home, I will just get another egg salad sandwich. That is really easy. And the cookies were good too. So that is what I'm doing. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and everybody prepare little by little by little. Oh, I'm so glad that truck pulled up. Praise the Lord. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.